welcome to another weekend talk show. Thank God it's Friday. It's a girl Promsy here. Right with me today, I have someone with me that we would love to meet. Yes, say hi.
Hi.
Wow, this is Blessing Kings. She's a shy person, but don't be shy. We are here together. Yeah, Blessing. Looking at the situations nowadays.
Okay.
You could hear social vices. You look at the news. You see 18, 19, 20, 24, even 25 years old. They involve themselves into things that are, let me say, not the social values that we have. No. It's not just something that falls in place with them. Now, can you tell me, what do you think is the actual cause of this? What actually make the youth involve themselves in this kind of acts or involvement? Yeah, what's your thoughts?
Okay. The first one is the background.
Serious? No? Background?
Yes.
Okay, what has background actually got to do with this?
Yes, the background, as in the upbringing of a child, can really make this child to behave the way they do these days.
Yeah, just as Blessing, she said the background of a child. Yeah, actually, talking about the background of a child, let us put it this way. Looking at a child who is being brought up, when I talk about background, I don't really think a background of a child could actually make this child involve themselves into social vices. Why? Because we all have moral values being set down for us. So now tell me, how does the background of a child affect?
You have moral values.
Yes, and you should have moral values too.
Yes, I do, but it's not everyone that got that.
You can't just say that.
Some parents really tried of giving their kids this moral value thing, but to some kids it's not really working.
They don't really put them into practice. So that is why among the youth today there are a lot of social vices among them. Okay, right now that is just the background. And to me, I could also say the environment. You understand?
Yes, environment.
I always tell youth out there, your environment is you, and you are your environment. When you find yourself in an ungodly environment, what do? You change yourself from them. Your environment is not necessarily where you are living. No. I talk about your friends, people who you associate with, who do you talk to, who do you meet? You understand? So right now, when you actually meet people who are bad, then it means automatically you're going to offer something bad to the environment. When you meet friends who really think all that matters is wears, latest shoes, latest clothes, then you now see them involving themselves into things that are uncalled for. Some of them might even go as far as robbing. It all starts with petty thefts from the house. You pick your mommy's money, pick your daddy's money, then from there you graduate. From there it ends up into the streets.
Yeah, like environment, we learn things every day.
Okay.
Every day we learn. So most times when you go out...
No. Once we learn things every day. Like,
we learn every day.
But is it the bad ones or the good ones?
Some actually learn good things.
Yes.
And others learn bad things.
But looking at our society today, most of them go in for the bad ones, not the good ones.
Not all.
I don't know, did you really see the news last week? Where two boys, one was 22 years old and the other was 26 years old. They actually caught them in Anambra State. They had a casket on their head around 12 midnight down to 1 a.m. in the morning. And I'm just trying to bring something across to you. Now, when they were called and they asked them, all they said was they went to meet Babalawo, and the man said for them to make money, they were involved, they were actually involved in what they call their hoopla. So the man said if they would be able to do that, then their clients would pay them. Now tell me, why should a young guy who has a promising future involve themselves into that? Is that one to the environment or their own making?
Sometimes it could be the environment which they are, and maybe it's not.
Okay.
Because some of the most youth of these days just want to make it big.
They want to make it big without suffering, without going to the proper procedures.
No. they just want to be a boss of their own. They don't want to be controlled by anyone. So they do anything possible to make it. They just want to involve in anything.
Yeah, something to come to my mind right now. And that thing could be goals, you know. When we lack goals, when you've not set goals for yourself, when you talk about goals for yourself, in the next 10 years, where do you want to be? In the next 5 years, where do you want to be? You understand? So these are some of the things too that actually make people, young ones like we, involved into these social vices. Now, just looking at you just meet a young guy, what do you want to tell you? And I want to buy a car, I want to build a big house. That is just all. You ask them, what are your long-term goals? They look at you, what is long-term goals? You see? And I see most of them are not informed. That is just it. Most of them are not just being informed. And the social media too. That one is another problem. Another problem. Yes. So most of them, what they see online is actually what that influence them. But just imagine coming online, then you will see, thank God I've got a car. Then how old? 22 years. Poof. Look at.
And then the parents will be like, wow, is that not your mate?
Yes.
He's your mate. At the age of 22, he's got himself a ride. What are you doing? But they don't want to know what that child did or how he got it. Was it from his parents?
Are they childs? No, that particular young adult.
Okay.
They're really young now. So they're mature. They really know their left from their right.
All right.
So you understand.
They don't want to know where they got the money from. Did they actually work for this money in the right way?
But I ask, why should a child of 22 years old, whom you know has no stable source of income, be doing with a car of maybe 10 million, 15 million, and you not ask a question?
To some parents, they won't ask questions because for them, they're just happy that their children are making it in life.
Okay.
Yes. They don't ask questions. Okay. Why some parents do?
Okay.
They ask.
Now, that is it. Now, let us now say, because we are here right now, what's this? Why we are really discussing this topic is just for us to actually make some corrections out there, help people out there. Maybe some of them who are really on the track already, or who are already on the way to destructions already. Let them actually have a U-turn and come back. Now, if you are being asked, what do you think we should do? Or how do we actually talk to these ones out there? Tell them this way is not the right way. What do you think can be the solution that we could actually give them out there? Yeah?
For them to always be themselves. Don't try to be like someone else.
Yeah, I hear that.
Don't be like...
The thing is,
because you can be her,
and yes, and I can't be you too, and I can't be you too.
You can be me because I'm just me.
Yeah, and that thing too is parents have major roles to play.
Yes.
We should, no matter.
Stop forcing your child to become what he or she don't want to be.
Yeah, and
stop telling them, I want you to be a doctor when your son says he wants to be a mechanic. You just want him to be a doctor because you want to be called Mama Doctor. Allow them to do their own thing, but in a right way.
And I'm not
just
now
guide their path.
I'm not now. We also need to also monitor them. You understand? Like whatever they do, no matter. I always tell parents out there, no matter how grown your child is, your child is still your child. You know, it's still your child. So you need to call them back to order. Hey, you. This. How come? You know, when you try to monitor what they do, I bet you we are going a long way in reducing social vices in our environment. And to the youth out there, let us have goals. Let us set goals for ourselves, positive goals, and also involve yourself in things that are good. And if anyone out there is already out, please, we have counselors out there. Ask for counsel. There are people who are out there that would advise you on what to do if maybe you are confused on the path to take. So, yes,
no one
you're saying something.
Into your life as a mistake.
Okay.
Everyone have a role to play in your life. You don't meet people by mistake.
Okay.
So, my advice is this. Just be yourself. Know the kind of people you hang out with. Know the kind of things you do with your spare time. Instead of you to think of stupid things that will not bring meaning to your life, you use that.
Why not go to inventions? We could invest things. Yes, it's possible. You know,
Yes.
instead of wasting our time on social media trying to look for who has the latest car, the latest band, and everything, we could actually make ourselves, that's involve
Creative.
ourselves. Yes, that's the English. Be creative.
Yes.
Okay, right now today we really want to call it short today for the talk show. So if you have your comments, your observations, go down to the comment button and do that right there. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us. Do have a nice evening. Is it even evening? No. Why you
You
even?
said that. You said they should have a nice evening. And what do
Okay.
you expect me to say? Good afternoon?
Okay,
No.
don't worry. Lest I forget, Happy New Month and compliment of the season. It's a season of joy, so please remember it's Xmas.
Celebrate with me.
I didn't want it in my account.